Well, good morning. It is Mother's Day, May 14th, 2023. You can see we're running right at set point. We're down. There's no water going over the top of the flashboards. There's always water going through the flashboards, as you see. We're going to do a little bit of different thing this morning. We've got to do, if you look down there, you can see the dock that's sitting there that needs to go. That'll happen sooner or later. I got to go check the river downstream, so that's not something that we do every day. So we're going to do that this morning. Drive up through here. This is, of course, this is upstream. This is still just above the dam itself. Then we get into the spots where we were doing some logging and taking some trees out. There's still some in there, dead ones that need to come out. We got to get those cut out of there, or they'll be on the driveway sooner or later. And you can see this would be about the view that we would have from where we want to build our house. Of course, I would clean out some of them little trees, but we're heading up towards the gate. And at the gate, I'm going to swing around and head the other direction than I usually go. So it's something new and different. It's the old road. You never know what you're going to see going up through here. Down through there a little bit, you can see some of the power dam. Got here, look at this where the water comes down. This is where the spring originates from that flows down through there. You can see it back up in there. That flows all the way down to into the property. If you look back through there, you can see that's the meter shed over there. And down this way, you can just barely make out the powerhouse. Let's go down a little bit farther. This is the spot where the other stream runs. It's basically drainage. I'm not sure where it goes, where it comes from. I think it just comes out of a spring up on top of the hill over there. But here is there's where it comes through. Of course, there's the powerhouse. There's a culvert that it runs through underneath right where we're at. You can see the old highway barriers. Over there, that section right there, you can see there's a camping tag right up there in that tree. This is a state provided campsite. The DEC has several campsites down through here. You can see it's the proximity of our property is this is ours right here. Tractor sitting right down there. This used to be the driveway, or what I believe on the maps, this was the driveway. I believe it was probably down a little bit farther. But down in here was a stake, and I'm not sure where that stake is anymore. But it's pretty much down in this area here is where the property line is. I think we've gone too far. Now this is about the right spot. Yep, right there is the stake. Right between those two trees. Right there is our property mark. So if I line that up, it's to that big rock across there. There's kind of an outcropping right down here at the bottom of the river. The powerhouse is just up the ways a little bit. Lots and lots of trees in here. The heavy wooded area. This was the original Route 8. Now they classify it as Old Route 8B, also as Burnham Road. So take your choice, whichever one you want to prefer that they call it. I don't think you'll find Burnham Road on the map, or Burnham Mills Road, but you will find Old Route 8. The Iron Bridge is about half a mile from this location, going up the hill. Some of these trees need to be cut back. Some of them are dead. I try to keep the dead stuff cut back because this is going to fall on something. So, all right, well, we're going to continue on down the road. We just traveled down the hill here, but this is another one of the state campsites. This was designated as campsite number 16. I don't know if you can see that on that tree, that sign. There's a sign right over there on that tree that says 16. But that's another state provided. The river is right there, just across the road. This is pretty much a floodplain. This is the area that would be basically inundated if the dam ever broke. This is where it would flow to. All right, we're gonna move on. If you ever watch the Robert Garrow stories or checked on the pictures that are online of the Robert Garrow murders, you'll see a picture where there's numerous police cars and ambulances and everything parked alongside the road. This is that location. This is just down from the power station. This is a new trail that they cut in. That is where the new trail came. The snowmobile trail came out this year. That was to avoid the logging that was going on. This is the road, Fly Creek Road, where Robert Garrow, during a police chase, turned up this road and lost the state police. So that's where he got away the first time. So then that's where it started the massive manhunt in the area. It was, at the time, was the largest manhunt ever attempted by the New York State Police. This road was the main roads until the late 1960s, when they redid and re-straightened out all the roads, did some renumbering and everything. Then that's when they started the bridge on the other side, and we're going to cross at the power station, and decided to move on down the road, which was a wise choice. Those are called those little green plants right over there are called fiddleheads. You cook them up a lot like broccoli or like asparagus. Have a very similar flavor. They turn into ferns, so it's just a young fern. But they're called fiddleheads because they come out of there looking like the head of the fiddle. We're coming around this corner into a wider area, more of a flat down here. There's there's a smaller bridge and some larger areas that open up into the river that makes a wide spot basically in the river. I found I found where the paddle boat that was had gone down the river over the top of the dam. I found it down here. They've been doing we're getting ready for some logging. Looks like an old dead tree fell over there. And this is one of the old bridges right here. I don't know how the semis can still go across it, but they do. The river's right down there. Where they had cut the trail in to keep it off the road. This is another campsite that is provided by the state of New York, right up there. These are free campsites, so you can pull your camper onto them, do your camp on it for up to 2 weeks. The rangers may swing by and give you a permit for that. You see the river's back down there still. They were down in here. Must have been heavily. Those were temporary bridges, so they must have been in here heavily doing some where they cut the new trail through. This trail system is a snowmobile trail. This is another one of the campsites. Actually, there are two campsites here. Campsite number 20. Down on the river, there's a spot where you can tent camp. You could back a camper right in here and camp along the river. This is the only campsite that's on the river itself. Of course, these are all primitive. There's no electric, no water, no nothing. So carry in, carry out, basically. This is called Rob's Creek right here, or Creek, however you want to say it. Rob's Creek runs back to the river, Sacandaga River, right down there. That is where I did find the paddle boat. At that time, this was all flooded out. The beaver had the dam up here, and they basically removed it because it was going to wash out this bridge. And if they washed out the bridge, the logging down through here would have been affected. This was a mill site at one time. There is a mill pond back in there. I think it probably was a steam-powered mill. Some of the structure base is there. Most of the mill's gone, of course, but there's still steel pillars in there and whatnot. I tried to fish the pond once, but there was nothing in it. So, anyway, so yeah, that was a little bit of basic history. All right, through this section, I believe I'm just going to shut you off and put you on pause for a minute, and then we get down to Austin Falls. Okay, well, we're at the top of Austin Falls. This is where the river goes down through the rocks. You can see the bedrock that's right in here. We'll walk down through there. That chute gets pretty quick. I have seen kayakers down in here. They spend a lot of time down in here. Actually, this is where, if anybody was going to go kayaking, this is where they would want to. Definitely not at Christine Falls. There's not enough water, or not enough fast-moving water like there is down here. You can see the layers of bedrock and how it's cut down through there. We'll mosey on down. There's some more rock sticking out there. This area, this water here is coming out of the Christine Falls, comes down, narrows into the channel right here, and then shoots down to join up with the east branch of the Sacandaga. From there, it travels to Wells, where they have they dammed up an area in lake called Lake Algonquin. Again, it's more of a reservoir than a lake, but it is what it is. But there's a power station there. They have a small power station. They do generate some power. We get down here a little bit and we'll get a little closer. That side over there actually collapsed last year or last winter, a year ago. There's the sign that the state of New York has placed for basically part of the recreational. Has a trail system down to the falls. This again is basically, you're on your own here. You come down here, you get hurt, you are on your own. We're walking down. This is the section that collapsed a couple of years ago. That had been undermined and undermined and undermined, and finally the whole ledge fell. Prior to that, there was a sheer a rock, and everything dropped right off. There's another waterfall just down a little bit from here. another mile or so. That's called Auger Falls. Auger Falls is higher than Niagara Falls. It is not a sheer drop. It is a drop similar to this one, but nonetheless, it's still a waterfall. It doesn't have the volume that Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls really isn't a great high waterfall. It is just the sheer volume of water that's going over it. All right, let's head on up. Some of the logs and the trees that get dislodged and come floating down the river. Pretty easy walk out of here. This is not a bad spot to, if you're able to walk, it's not a bad spot to come. It's quiet, it's peaceful. Nobody really bothers you out here. Most of the time you don't even come across people, so you got to watch out for, occasional bear, but the black bear in the area won't bother you. Keep you looking down this way for a while to this water ends up going to the Hudson River, where it eventually makes its way to the Atlantic Ocean. I believe it was last year we had a girl that was down here. She actually fell into this waterfall. She got onto the other side. They couldn't get back. That's a pretty steep terrain right there. But so the Rangers, Route 30 is just over there. So the Rangers came down Route 30, came across and down the rock face. They got her up and got her back to safety. Everybody was fine. more of a panic than anything else. If they had just walked upstream a little ways, they'd been able to walk across it, or even walk downstream. Would not have been that trying of a thing. But panic set in and people panic. So anyhow, let me shut you off. We'll go down to the end of the road here and take a look then. This site here has been just recently turned into a campsite. This is not a great. I wouldn't want to camp on this site. This is where Robert Garrow killed his victims. He had come down this road and saw them there, and just, for some strange reason, decided that they shouldn't be there. But that's just down from Auger. There's another one across the road from Auger. So there's camping galore down through here. It doesn't get used a lot, so a lot of people that just want to get away, and they're going to be tenting, or even if you have a small travel trailer, you can pull a small travel trailer into some of the sites. That one you're not going to get one in, but some of these sites you can easily get one in. You've got, you may have, if you don't want to drink the water out of there, if you don't want to try to purify it, have a way to purify it, there you can get water from the village of Speculator, and of course, there are public restrooms there, but you bring your bucket and your supplies, and you'll be all right. This was a log landing. You could see the skidder trails coming down. There was one there. There was one over there. Looks like there's one back over this way. But what they would do is they would drag the logs into here. This is where they would cut them to process them up for the log length for the paper mills. And they'd stack them. The semis would come in back into that. They'd load them and then take them out. They go past the power dam. You can see all the wood that's laying there. By law, you cannot take it. You're not supposed to pick up anything out of that's in the state property or state easements. But this is actually Lime Timber property. Generally, if you see a logger, you could say, "Hey, I'm looking for a few pieces of firewood." They'd be more than happy to give you some. But you don't want to get caught doing that, because they can get trouble. You can get trouble. All right. We shut you back down. Now we're down to the end of the road. When we were younger, in our younger days, that bridge was open and you could go right back out to Route 8. I wouldn't even walk across it at this point. But you can see there was a big logging operation going on here last fall. They did a lot of cutting down through here, got a lot of the trees out. Looks like they've been cutting down through here. This is the site down here of the old Burnham Mills. The mill was it was a sawmill, then it became a charcoal mill. So they were making charcoal briquettes back in the day. It did eventually burn to the ground, and there are some pictures out there of that. So, but then it sat down here. Coon Creek is the name of the bridge, but there's a small creek over here that comes in from an angle like this. That's what that's called, Coon Creek. Snowmobiles cross that bridge, but I've been under it and looked around it. I don't think I'd walk on it. So must have been so tragic. Somebody lost their pants and their underwear. I had a towel. Probably a logger was there and changed clothes and forgot they were on the vehicle. But you can see up through there the, the logs that they were taking out. There's a wide spot in the river, basically, is all that gets down here. So that is the end of the road. That's 3 miles. We're now 3 miles past the power dam, past Christine Falls. Well, actually, past the bridge, the iron bridge. So about 2.5 miles past the power station. So not a bad little journey. So, anyways, we'll cut it off there. We'll let you know if we see something important and keep you abreast of what's going on. The power station's still running good. We're right at set point, so where I'm not concerned at all about that. But anyways, you guys have a good day. Have a happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there, and take care of yourselves and those around you, because really, that's all that we have.